Welcome to AlphaCars. My name is Dmitry, and today we are checking out 1976 Dnepr Mt-9. 1976, 4 years before Olympic Games in Soviet Union. This bike was built 4 years prior. This bike has been recently restored by a team of Dnepr enthusiasts in Ukraine, and then this bike was imported into United States, and we're not sure. It spent some time, a few years here and there, and eventually it was sold as a part of the estate, and it made its way to one of our customers who brought it into our service department to sort out a few things on the bike. And it turned out to be a pretty expensive project, so he decided to trade it to us and buy a brand new Ural. Not a bad option, so please consider that before you get into expensive restorations. So we finished up the few things that the bike needed after long storage here in the United States, and it now starts, rides, drives, whatever you call it. And the reason I say that, drives, because this bike is set up for the sidecar operation. It has a reverse gear, it has all the hookups for the sidecar, so you can definitely drive it or you can ride it as a solo. So let's get close to this machine, and I think the best part of this bike is the way it was restored in Ukraine. The labor hour, cost of labor hour in Ukraine is a lot less than it is here in the United States or anywhere else in Europe. And they certainly spend hours and hours to bring this bike to the condition that it is, both cosmetically on the body parts and frame, and certainly mechanically on the engine, transmission. A lot of new old stock parts were installed, and we're sharing it with you now, and the bike is available. So check it out on alphacars.com. Let's get closer and let's take a look at some fine, really fine details of this gorgeous restoration job. I don't know how many thousands of dollars one would spend around here to do this kind of restoration. It starts on the first kick, whether it's cold or warm engine. It does have this teardrop classic lines. Check out the teardrop gas tank, A-frame, single piece headlamp, telescopic forks, and a really, really nice horizontally opposed 750cc engine. Look at all the mechanical components of the front brakes. Look at all these cool linkages for the rear brake system. Shaft driven rear wheel with a final drive. It resembles a lot of Ural parts, but they're not the same. These are two different motorcycles. A lot of cool things you're going to find on the Dnepr that Urals never had or did away over the years to keep them simple and therefore more reliable. But this is a great bike, and we're so excited to share the availability of the bike and the excitement that we have over this bike. So let's get on the bike. Let's ride it here at AlphaCars a little bit, and that will give you a great idea of what this bike is. And if by chance there's something that we did not cover in this video or in the listing, definitely reach out to us. We're very easy to get a hold of. You can find us on alphacars.com, ALPHACARS. Find the listing for the bike. If it's bike still available, it would be listed under the inventory. If it is a sold already, you can find it under sold vehicles. You can also give us a call at 978-263-9000. So let's get going with getting the bike started and riding it around. First gear, you see this? And look at my left hand. I actually don't have it on the clutch check this out. So I'm going to engage the gear without holding the clutch. Check this out. No, look at this. My left hand is right here. I'm in first gear and I didn't have to clutch at all. So look at this clutch. The clutch is engaged by engagement of the foot. So if I feel comfortable releasing that lever with my left foot, I can do that. But since this is a solo bike, it is mainly, this was designed for the sidecar, and this bike has all the goodies to connect the sidecar. And yes, you can connect the util sidecar. So now with the first gear engaged, I'm actually, just to be on a safe side, I'm gonna hold the clutch. Now I can release my left foot. Check this out. And I can start taking off. And this bike is all about torque, a lot of torque. You can just feel the torque right under your rider's seat. And it's a heavy bike, but it has a low center of gravity, so it does very, very, very well. And yes, I can shift it into second. Beautiful, very rewarding shifting. Excellent brakes, very, very smooth. Feels almost like hydraulic brakes. Plenty of power, plenty of performance. And yes, you can clutch with your left foot. Isn't that something? Isn't that something amazing? So we relined the gas tank. We did all the things that you'd want to do on the old bike, so they're all done. And we're gonna shut it off and show you some cool things about this motorcycle. First, we're gonna put it in neutral, which I just did, and you can feel how the clutch, how you engage the clutch with your foot, unless you already squeezed it with your hand. We're also gonna let you see how the bike gets started with a Kickstarter, because it doesn't have the it does not have the it has the reverse gear. So let's see if we can make this work. So we're gonna, okay, so you can see the reverse gear is there and you can actually use it. We are going to, I just want to go back from, we have cars coming in and out, and I wouldn't be comfortable going in reverse on the solo bike. I just wanted to show you that it does have the reverse in case you set it up with a sidecar. So we do have the clutch. We are neutral. We're gonna try to give it a start with a kickstart, because we don't have an electric start on this one. Let's see. And as any Russian motor vehicle, it starts right up. By the way, we just posted some footage for our Russian cars, and we have some cool comments. One of them, I liked all of them, but one of them was great. It said that Russian cars are most reliable in the winter, because they're best in the winter, and they're safest in the winter because they most likely would not start, so you wouldn't go in really bad weather. That was a good one. But let's check out this bike and let's show you all the restoration details. This vintage Dnepr has an phenomenal, really cool retro looks. And this particular one has been professionally restored in Ukraine. We believe in Ukraine. We did not restore it. We bought it from one of our Ural customers who purchased it for his own restoration, but it needed some actually good amount of work that he ended up, and he decided to trade it towards a brand new Ural. So the bike is fully operational. Everything works, everything runs. It is definitely an old vintage bike, and we wouldn't want to represent it in any other way. Everything shifts, everything starts, everything drives, rides, and it's a great looking bike, but certainly for reliability and ease of operation and the safety of it, it would not even remotely compete with new Ural motorcycles that you can purchase from Ural of New England. So please keep that in mind. But if you're into something really unique, vintage, and kind of turnkey, that you don't have to chase parts and do a lot of work, this is it. So let's take a closer look at the finish, at the details, and this bike is nicely done. And there are some really cool things. I showed you one with clutching through the shifter lever. Here's one as far as long-term maintenance. Look at this grease point that feeds grease right to the wheel bearings. Isn't that awesome? The way the restoration is done on this one is really, really nice. The cost of labor hour in Ukraine is a lot less than in the United States. It's getting more and more expensive, but it's still nothing like around here. So guys down there can afford to do this kind of restoration, not to mention they have access to new old stock parts, like all the electrical system, all the harness, little levers, carburetors. Look at the alternator, they're all brand new parts. Comes with the Russian, Ukrainian, or actually back then it was Soviet Union, Republic of Ukraine plates. It stands for the one of the cities in Ukraine. The seats are in great shape. Check them out. As I said, we relined the gas tank with the best materials money can buy. It's all good, no issues, so please keep that in mind. You don't have to worry about that. Yeah, the condition of the engine parts, and it hasn't been leaking anything. It's been nice and dry. Check that out. I'm not saying it's going to stay that way forever, but it's all the time that we had it here, it's been nice and dry. So simple bike, awesome restoration. The best feature of this bike right now, that it is still available. And yes, if you go and visit us on the website, alphacars.com, you'll be able to purchase it for yourself. We keep it simple. We take trades, we do financing, and we transport. So we could certainly transport this bike to the destination of your choice. The original mileage of this machine is unknown, but since restoration, it only has 3 kilometers. Thank you very much for viewing this video from AlphaCars and Ural Motorcycles of New England. We enjoy your visits when you have a chance to come and see us here in our Boxborough location, in our Acton showroom, in Northampton, New Hampshire location, or our Spencer showroom. All 4 locations, we would love to see you. If you're not close by to visit us on AlphaCars, AlphaCars.com, or simply give us a call at 978-263-9000. Thank you very much for viewing this video.